Hi, Laura Campbell, Creative Director for Knights of God here, doing our first episode of our Medieval Makeover. Now just in case you were wondering how we made our wonderful set behind us, we actually use this great product, which you can get for about $10 online. You get a pretty big roll of it, about twice this size actually. And you can use this to cover plywood, cardboard, foam board, anything, and make a great backdrop like this. Now, this looks pretty one-dimensional, so what we did is we added some banners. These are just felt, cut to about 5 feet, and we just zigzagged the ends of them. We wrote some clan names, traditional Scottish clan names on ours. So we have like Wallace and Campbell. You can write anything on yours, especially the Bible truths, like our sword is the Bible, or just write Bible, righteousness, anything will be great. Another great thing you can do with this, because it's so light, is you can hang it with simple Scotch tape anywhere in your hallways, on tables, on everything to make it look very medieval-like. And you can also add depth to your very one-dimensional looking set by basically gift wrapping boxes in that same material so you can make towers. So now we have our little wrapped box, and we can kind of just add the wrapped boxes up and kind of make little tower structures. And so this makes the whole set look a little more three-dimensional. So if you have a really long sanctuary that you're going to be having your main gathering in for Castlegate Praise, this is a great way to quickly make a castle. So another great thing you can do to make your set seem more three-dimensional is you make these flags. Basically all we did was cut a dowel to a size of about 8 inches and hot glue 2 triangle felt pieces. You always want to pick 2 different colors. Looks very medieval tournament-like. And you can actually stick it in these. Now what you want to make sure is that they don't go all the way in. So the best thing to do is just take a little utility knife, make an X in the box, and then kind of push it in. And it won't go in so much. It'll slide down if you really push it a lot, but it won't go down as much as if you try to use something circular to like actually cut a circle hole. So now a great thing about these towers is they're not really going to be very sturdy. So unlike the backdrop, you can't really hang banners on them. But one thing you can do is make shields out of sticky felt. And you basically just fold it in half, cut out a little triangle on the bottom, cut out a little half circle on the top right here, and boom, have a shield. And then all you can do if you also want to, just take a shield that you'll be using for crafts, color in a little cross pattern that you cut out of that. So the great thing about sticky felt is you don't even need anything to hang it. You just peel off the back, place it on your tower, and the one great thing about the vinyl backdrop is sticky felt only temporarily sticks to it. So if some kid really wants to take it down, they're not going to do any damage to your set. Another thing you can do to add dimension to a very one-dimensional looking space, whether you're using the backdrop or you're just trying to decorate a bulletin board, is you could make candlesticks, like wall-mounted candlesticks like you would see in the hallways of a castle. So what you want to do is start out with a cardboard piece that kind of is shaped like this, like you kind of want a U, same size on both sides, and then just fold it in, put on a paper towel roll or a gift wrap roll you've cut up to a certain length, put a little bit of tissue paper in so it's like fire. We're using red, you could use orange, yellow. I'm going to use red and actually just spray paint it a little yellow so it looks really three-dimensional like real fire. And then all you do is take some tape and just mount it on the wall. There we go, great three-dimensional candlestick. You can also paint this if you want, like if it's painted black, it would look really cool. We're going to go over some of the things that you can do for Blacksmith crafts. Now there's lots of ideas on our forum, so check that out too. Again, one of the easiest ways to decorate is to use the stone backdrop, especially since Blacksmith crafts is supposed to take place in a forge. This is a great backdrop for that room. Also remember, if you don't want to make the full banners, you can also make the armor. You can also make shields out of cardboard and make them all just a little different and actually place them up as like different shields that knights have had. when they've won different tournaments that the Blacksmith made, so kind of like a shield wall of fame, if you will. One of the major things that needs to be in your blacksmith craft stations is a forge, because every blacksmith has a forge. Now you can make this bigger if you want, if you have a bigger cardboard box, but basically what you want to do is just wrap a cardboard box in the backdrop material. You also want to just cut a hole that looks like a forge fire in there. You notice it's kind of empty in there right now, so what you're probably going to need to do is take another cardboard box and fit it in there to about the size where something could sit right on that. And you want to take some yellow, orange, red tissue paper, crumple it up to make it look like fire. We're going to spray paint our yellow again. Make it look all three-dimensional. Stick it in the forge so it looks like there's a nice fire going on in there. Lots of other ideas on the forum, so check it out.